Broadcast is live.
Yay!
Hello, interwebs. Okay.
What's going on, everybody?
We are, well, we're on time. That's a good thing.
Somehow we made it on time.
I mean, it was down to the minutes too.
Yeah. It was like
exactly.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Photo finish. Yeah, well, Rob had a little issue with his car on the way here tonight. So.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm riding, all of a sudden I hear under the hood, thump, 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 thump. I'm like, what is it? All of a sudden my steering gives out. I'm like, I know that's not good. I pull over, my serpentine belt snapped.
Hey, Paula.
Yeah.
Hey, goth girl.
Oh, it's.
Yeah, I had to recently wind up having to get a newer vehicle too, because the one that I had, there was some major electrical problems with it or something, because I had put a new battery in it, and the day that I put a new battery in it, the next day it was dead. I'm talking about drained. I mean, when you go in and put the key in, there's no lights, no buzzer, no nothing. So,
sorry, trying to.
Bootsy.
No, keep it where it is. You don't make it see.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you can see who's on. Yeah, we can't see who's on here.
Oh yeah, can we? I don't know how this works. Can we see, like, I don't know, like
comments
or yeah, is there like comments?
What are you on? Are you on a laptop?
No, we're actually on a Power Mac.
A Power Mac? What's that?
Or iMac? Yeah, sorry, like
Mac.
MacBook Pro, PC.
It's a computer.
It's a computer, Macintosh.
Yeah.
Well, you should be able to see where it should say comments and private.
Yeah.
Click on comments.
On that side, there we go.
Okay.
There you go.
We can see people.
So hello, everybody.
Hello. Okay. I see Paula. Hi, Paula.
Hello.
Paula's here. Bootsy's here. Goth girl's here.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Paula.
I feel like Romper Room. I see KK and I see Paula and I see.
Yeah, so we're excited to be here, and thank you very much for having us come to Test Flight StreamYard with you.
There you go.
Well, you're a veteran. No, it's like this is our first time. But yeah, I was really intrigued because if there's any content creators watching right now that does not know that, I was shocked to see that you were actually streaming live on YouTube, being under the 1,000 subs.
Right.
Yeah. I asked you because I couldn't for the life of me figure it out, and it was driving me nuts.
He's a witch.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I saw you when you were doing the Voodoo Witch. That's how I caught your video. That was it.
Maybe pick something up. Doing a witch thing, and
you never know.
Bring something home with me there.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I do have something here with me though.
Oh, in your house?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's it likes to hang around an angel doll that I have.
Now, is this something that attached to you during?
I'm not sure if it's something that's followed me home or something that has always been with this angel doll that I have. I've done a video on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking it's not a very old spirit. I'm thinking it's probably more like a child because it's very shy. It will only show itself every once in a while. Like in my video, I even done a live one night. But the video I did, I can't remember how long it was, but towards the middle part of the video, I had the K2 sitting right in front of it, and then for a couple of times it went all the way to like yellow, orange, and red, and then it
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It showed itself and it just went away.
Have you ever had any other experiences? Have you ever heard anything?
Well,
things moving.
It hasn't happened in a while, and I think that's because I've started saging my house on a regular basis. and I've got a table, kind of like an altar that I use. I've got 5 candles on it, and it's for my protection stone and my bracelets and necklaces and stuff like that. And I've gotten to where I will sage the house maybe once, twice a week. But before I started doing all that, I would hear it sounded like somebody would turn the kitchen faucet on, like the water running, or it would sound like the washing machine water was running, and there'd be nobody here, just me. Yeah. And every once in a while, it sounds like I could be. I've got a TV room it's supposed to be a bedroom, but me and my son was using it for a TV gaming type room, just a little hangout. And I could hear my name like real faint, like somebody was at the other, like this end of the house, calling my name.
Yeah, that would get you. Wow. So, yeah, I haven't heard. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I haven't heard anything like that since I was young, when I was a teenager. And I don't know. You get to the point where you think, all right, maybe I was young. Was I just seeing things? But there, just one time that I remember, the only time I heard a voice, I was sitting alone downstairs, minding my own business, watching TV, and I wasn't thinking ghosts at the time. And my father was upstairs watching his hockey game, and it sounded like it was right behind the chair I was sitting in. It was a whisper, and it said my name, Sherry.
Right.
And I froze, and I couldn't move out of that chair for a good half hour until my father started coming down the stairs. Then I could scream. I'm going, Dad, Dad. He's like, what? I'm like, did you call my name? And he said, no, I wasn't calling. He was watching his game. And so I was frozen. I couldn't even scream, speak, whatever. I just sat there, but nothing in my later years that I could, say. But you've had sensitivity with your father, possibly.
Well, no, it wasn't to my father. I didn't ever have to my father. My son did.
Oh, but
my son did.
But you think it was your father, right?
Well, no, I think you're mixing two different stories. The thing is, with my father passed in 2009, and my son, he's 4.5 now. When he was like 2.5 years old, we're working on toilet training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said, so I forgot exactly what the context was, but because we're always saying, oh, hey, sit your butt down, or okay, or whatever. And he would sit, and he referred to it as his fanny. Fanny. And literally the only person on earth I've ever heard the word fanny was from my father. When he was like, I gotta slap you in the fanny, that whole thing. And I'm like, I know he didn't hear that from school. I'm like, so I asked him, where did you hear that? And he looked at me, he's like, Grandpa.
Wow.
And I had to sit down for a minute.
Yeah, that'll.
Well, they think kids are supposed to be extremely sensitive.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're open-minded more than adults are.
They're not hard.
They haven't been tainted to, by society to, shut their mind off and to believe this and believe that yet.
Yeah.
They're kids and their minds are just open, and
yeah,
it's like animals. Animals can, especially dogs, are extremely sensitive to spirits.
Yeah, I always felt cats were, because how many times you see the cat just staring at the wall? It's like, what are you looking at? There's no bug or anything up there.
No, I always think there's a bug I can't see, though. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. You're so funny. Cats, they're like quick to try to grab anything. Dogs, they're lazy. They'll look at a bug. Forget it.
Yeah.
But cats, they'll look at anything.
But no, as far as me goes, I had it when I was young. I was maybe not super young. I would say maybe 7 or 8. My father's uncle used to live with us, and unfortunately, this needs a short backstory. My father's uncle, he lived with my Uncle Vinny. He he passed. I think it was like 82 or 83. He passed. So no, I must have been about 10 or so. He passed. Now the thing about him is he had this very specific cough. It was a smoker's cough, but it'd be very distinct. It was very, and that was the thing. It would echo when he would cough like this. The other thing about this guy is he had a particular scent to him. He wasn't much of a bather, put it that way. He had a particular scent. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. He had a particular scent to him. Well, after he passed, his room that was downstairs, the house was like a mother-daughter, so it was like downstairs was like its own separate apartment. His room was converted into like a playroom and stuff like that. And right outside that room was the family room where we'd watch TV and stuff like that. Well, one day I'm sitting there watching TV, and behind me would be what was his room. And all of a sudden, I just thought I heard a ah. And now I'm not now. Of course, I hear I'm a kid. I'm like the first thing. Oh my god, it's the ghost of my. No, it's not the first thing. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
In hindsight, I'm thinking that's what. So I get up, and it sounded like it came from the room behind me. What was it? I walked in, I opened the door, and as I opened the door, I got hit with that smell.
Wow.
It was like unmistakable.
Yeah, it's something you can't forget.
And then it disappeared. Like you couldn't find the smell after that. And I didn't think much of it again, but now, as in hindsight, as it goes on, I'm like, wow, I wonder if it was probably maybe about a year after his passing.
Yeah.
It was probably somewhere around 83, 84.
That's like after my mom passed. She passed in 2016, and not too long ago, like maybe a year and a half ago, I could smell something that it was a perfume or a scent that she used to wear. I mean, it come out of nowhere and then it would be gone.
The funny thing is everybody talks and goes like, I heard this voice. We saw, this, but smell is one of the most common things.
Yeah.
And people dismiss that.
I don't know. I see. Well, I mean,
I don't want to say dismiss. That's probably the wrong choice of words. But don't pick up on it. They don't know. They don't notice. They'll smell something, but they'll just whatever. They won't think that maybe it shouldn't smell like a cigar in here. You know.
I've heard some mention it, but it's not as often.
Right, because even like all the television shows, it was like, with this EVP, we heard this voice. We caught this on video. They never talk about smell.
Right.
But it's actually a very common thing.
It is.
Ghosts are stinky.
Probably a couple of months ago, my mom has got this old dresser, and it's probably more than 150 years old because it belonged to my papa's mother. And my mom loved that dresser. So when my granny passed years ago, it got passed down to my mom. And then when my mom passed, it got passed to me. Well, I was looking for she kept her terry cloths in there, because she used them for like cleaning, like the screens on the flat screens and, something, or like her glasses because it doesn't scratch. Well, I went in to open up that drawer, and that smell just hit me. It smelled just like her. It wasn't a perfume smell. It wasn't like a deodorant. It was like her smell, And that was the only time that I've ever smelt that. When I'd been in there multiple times before, and that's the only time I smelt it since. And I've been in it probably several times the last few weeks.
No, everybody. I mean, just biologically, like everybody has their own scent. It's like a pheromone.
Yeah.
Everybody has.
Sorry,
hey, Laurie.
I don't know my own scent. I never tested it out.
I know your scent.
I just want to say hi, Laura Lee's life. She said hi.
All right.
And Three Souls Paranormal.
Hello, Three Souls. Yes.
And KK Bootsy says her cat stares at the ceiling a lot. Is there something we should know about your house, KK Bootsy? Any history going on there? Anyone that passed in your life? That's a possibility. Could be.
Yeah.
Someone.
Or it could be a spirit, because some spirits, when they're not attached to the area or a house, spirits wander.
Oh, she's saying 1901. I guess it's the year her house was built.
Hmm.
That's pretty
Or is
old.
that your address?
Oh,
So there you go.
1901.
Yeah. Party at KK's.
Whoop, whoop.
So, blow this vape out here. Tell everybody a little bit about what you got on your channel and what you guys do and what area you're located in and
Take it away, Rob.
Okay.
exit
Well,
left, huh?
okay. To those of you who don't know, I am Rob, and this is Sherry.
Sherry.
Okay. We are OutGhosted. We started doing this about a year and a half ago. It was summer of 2020. Basically, we actually had another gig going, which we won't get into, but pandemic kind of shut that down. So, let's try doing this ghost hunting thing. I mean, there were other things, and another friend of ours helped us out, our friend Monica, and so we looked around, and Sherry found the cemetery that was right around the corner from us. And okay, let's try this. Like Rose Hill, which is actually our first video on our channel. And okay, that was fun. We did the investigation, whatever, blah blah blah. And then we went over the audio, and we heard one of the best Class A EVPs ever. And that just kind of inspired us. Let's keep this going.
Yeah.
So basically, our mission statement is we basically we are kind of I think we joked around dubbing ourselves paranormal documentarians. As far as the ghost hunting is, obviously we want to make that priority, but we wind up putting so much more into the research and making sure when we go there, we know the place to go, we know the questions to ask,
Right.
because hey, it's one thing to walk into a place and say, hey, is there a spirit? Is there any ghosts? Or going in there knowing, okay, Joe Smith died here 100 years ago. Let's try, so we know what to actually ask.
And we also try to make it fun because we know, hey, we're not going to produce a ghost every time.
Yeah.
Right.
So, we try to, I don't know, just have fun with it, discover something new, add little surprises in.
At least you learn something. We try to bring you the truth. Yes. Just like ever since ghosts were invented about 50 years ago, we've been trying. No.
But we just try to.
Combination between China and the Illuminati. They just invented the ghosts, and that's why we're okay. All right. See, we're being factual.
Well, see, I think the research is the biggest part of the investigations.
Absolutely. To me, actually, but to both of us, this is, exactly. We spend, if we go, if we were on a location for 2 days, we probably spent like 3 months.
Yeah.
And
due to lack of time when you are filming for a YouTube channel, it's a little bit of both ghost hunting and filming and production. With our schedules, we'll only have 2 days to film, usually over a weekend. And so half the times we haven't even been to the location. So it's a lot of research, looking at maps, watching other people's videos to get ideas of what is the scope of the land. So when we get there, literally, we're running around trying to locate every spot where we're going to film this, film that.
Yeah, like our Gettysburg video. Like basically, that's what was it? 3.5 hours, 4-hour drive?
Yeah.
For us, we couldn't just let's spot location and go back. No, we basically did that all in the weekend. So as soon as we're like, okay, we got to check this place, this place, this place, this place. Thank God we met some very helpful locals.
Yeah. Talk to the locals.
Yes,
that helps a lot.
Talk to the locals. That is an excellent bit of advice.
Well, I think a couple of Sundays ago when we talked, I was telling y'all about the Voodoo Cemetery and how when I first went, I'd done a little bit of research, and then it seemed like to me, if you're excited about a location, you're going to do more research than what you initially done in the first time. Because I know when I came back from the Voodoo Cemetery, I got to digging more into it.
Oh yeah, it's addicting. You'll keep going deeper and deeper, and you never know what you're going to dig.
And that caused me to lead up to doing more videos on that same cemetery.
Southern Love Paranormal, thank you very much. We appreciate that so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And saying hi
Appreciate it,
to
Southern
Terry
Love.
Charms and Hawk Paranormal.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you?
So what are some of the equipment that you guys like using?
All right. Well, like basically, as you know, aside from our standard camcorders, we have one standard, one IR,
Right.
and obviously the standard spirit box, K2 meters. We have trying to bolster up our arsenal lately.
Yeah, we're taking it slow in that
Yeah,
department, but because we're real, I mean, our favorite thing to use is the SB7 Spirit Box,
Yeah.
and we
mm,
don't use it in the way I think that most people will, and we're not against it. Like we're open to everything, but I think what mainly a lot of people use it for is to allow the DJ voices to come through the radio stations, and they'll utilize those words as the responses, which you can, because who's to say that a ghost wouldn't pick that out and throw that back at you to hear? But we take it a step further. Rob has actually removed the antenna on the spirit box.
I've disconnected their
So,
antenna, so
yeah.
you don't. So it's literally just white noise.
Right. It's just the white noise because and we only really recently dug into what is the true meaning of an EVP and how does it happen?
Right.
Because as a spirit, they don't have voice boxes like a human would to produce a sound so that a human ear can pick it up and hear it.
They use electric. They use juice that's coming from whatever
Right.
they have around them.
Yeah, they'll take the audio sounds from the atmosphere. It could be a fish tank humming. It could be a neon sign outside or
Well-
wherever you are. But with the spirit box, we generate that white noise so that they can
Well, basically,
bend the noise to make it become a word.
right. Basically,
Yeah.
coming to what you just said with Sam, what you just said. Yes, spirits, well, they manifest. That's why EVPs. I mean, that's why people use EMFs. Oh, yeah, between this energy, and sound energy.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
They use those sound waves as energy to help the voice manifest.
Right. And see, we also talked a little bit before. GhostTube has got a new app. Well, it's all part of the GhostTube app, but it's called Vox. It has no word bank in it at all, like your Necrophonic or GhostTube or something like that. It uses the electric frequency that's whatever around, like from the phone, from like static in the air and stuff like that.
Okay, that I was not aware of.
Okay, see that interests me. I'm not dismissing apps. We regularly don't use them. I'm not dismissing them, but I look at it the same way as when you're playing a game against the computer. How do you know it's not cheating?
Right. That's the reason I can't wait to try out the Vox, because there's no word bank. It's not spitting out names or numbers or
right.
Words. It's using the electric around it for the spirit to formulate that word. And I use I didn't use, but the people that make it, I've been following her for years on YouTube. When before she put it out, she was beta testing it herself. Her and her husband designed the app. The whole GhostTube series, the GhostTube SLS, and now the Vox. She was trying it out, and it was spitting out words, and I was freaking out. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
And I believe, like again, like what he was saying, not that we believe in certain apps or things and methods. We're open to all of it. I feel like everyone has their own thing that they get used to, and that they should get used to use quite frequently, so that the spirit that you're going to talk to does get used to you and using that particular method.
Right.
Because that's what they said. That's what they say. It's like, if you're just running through there once, they might not have even had a chance to get used to using it themselves.
Exactly.
So it's a matter of practice.
That's also the thing about going to a location multiple times, because you may go and spend an hour at that place and never get nothing. And then you may go back a day or two later and pick up all kinds of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's on their terms, not yours.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm excited to do some daytime filming because, a lot of times we do go at night again. It's for the ambiance,
right. I think nighttime is, spirits are going to talk to you whether it's day or night, but I think the nighttime adds the creep factor to it.
Oh, definitely.
It definitely has a creep factor, and I think more of the fact that there's at nighttime there's usually less people around. There's less.
I was going to start saying that.
Right. That's
at nighttime, everything is starting to die down, and it's a lot more crisper. So
I always just say though, I would like the camera can only go so far into the darkness. I'm like, all the things that we're probably missing behind us, they're probably going.
Yeah, right. And that's the IR.
With the Voodoo Cemetery, when I caught the eyes following me around in the cemetery, I think Hawk's wife Brenda, she saw that video. She could see the eyes where hardly nobody else could really see them. But using a plain eyeball, I could see it perfectly. That the flashlight was shining on it, just plain as day. But on the camera, you can't. It was really, really hard to pick up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I personally have very, very good night vision. But yeah, I was like, cameras, you're just not picking up stuff. That's why obviously when you have your lights, you have IR, things like that. Oh, back to what you were saying about the equipment though. Got a couple of pieces. Yes, we have our thermal camera, which that's found some really cool evidence in one of our videos. And the latest one, which we really haven't had a successful chance to test out, is Christmas time. We got the laser grid, and that is a fun little toy.
Yeah. I saw it work. Somebody in the UK was using it that I'm subscribed to, and I watch. And when they had a laser grid, you could see something was walking right past one of the little dots on the thing because it was trying to elongate, and everything around it was just a green dot, and this one dot was trying to elongate, like it was trying to manipulate it.
Really?
It was crazy.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Paula, what have you noticed at night more? You say your senses are heightened more at night. Is there anything like that, like, I don't know, might catch you by surprise at night more so than during the day?
Nighttime is my favorite time.
Yeah.
I love it at night.
Well, I'm just personally scared of the dark, period. Like, let's just take the ghosts out of the equation. I mean, for years, we've known each other for a long, long time. And over the years, if we'd be walking along a path and it would get to that just, I don't know, really creepy section, I'd be like, nope, that's it. I'm good. Let's turn around. He'd be like, why? What are you so afraid of? Well, here's my theory on that one. It's, see, like in a typical movie, this is what's going to happen. If there's a killer out there, he's going to be the one picked off right away. He's just going to be gone. Me, I'm going to be the one running around the woods for 30 minutes, screaming like a banshee with my
tripping
head
over everything,
and then get picked off.
No, if you've ever seen the slasher movies, yeah, fine, I'll get picked off. You're the one who usually lives to the sequel. Then you get picked off in the first scene of the sequel, but that's a different story.
I don't know.
Depends
on where in the movie it is. If it's at the end, she might make it to the next sequel. If it's in the beginning, that girl gets picked off too. So.
Like Texas Chainsaw, where that one girl survived and she come back in the one that they just put out this year.
Oh God, that was.
Oh yeah. Didn't we just recently watch?
Yeah, the one on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is not turning into a movie review. but here is one thing I want you to know if you notice this. Now, this movie took place now. It's a direct sequel to the original, which took place in 1973.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make Leatherface like 80?
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. And here he is running around and like, Leatherface is in really good shape, especially because you have the original survivor played by somebody else, but she shows up again and she's like 80.
All I can say is that ending made me so mad.
When I say River, I'm like, he's going to jump out. They're going to do that, aren't they? They're going to do the thing.
No, I'm like, they can't.
They did the thing. They did the thing.
So bad. Sorry.
Yeah. It was
spoiler alert.
They did the thing.
Yeah, he was using some good skincare and eating
Yeah, it's
organic.
Netflix. It's not like you need your money back. It's-
But oh, go ahead. No.
Oh no, I wasn't. Yeah. Oh, where were we at? I forgot what we were saying.
Oh, well, I was just
Lost track.
I don't know. Lost my train of
We
thought.
have.
So you guys got anything that you guys are working on here that you are looking forward to doing, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we're behind in
A few things we're working on.
well, honestly, we took a little break for the winter because we were going so headstrong, and we were just like enough for a little while.
Right.
But we're getting back on track, and we have with the next one coming out should be Letchworth Village that we did with Ghost Cowboy. He's from Scaredy Cat Paranormal. He's another awesome channel to check out. He's helped us tremendously. He's always there to give advice, so positive and upbeat. And he actually invited us there and took us on a tour through the monstrosity that it is, because I've never been to a place like that before where it abandoned, basically.
Right.
And I was scared to walk in, like, are we going to fall through the ceiling at some point?
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's very scary.
Homeless person going to jump out and
right. Is there a homeless person hanging out in there? Like, which there very well could be.
Right. Well, it's one of those places that about 10 years ago, Ghost Adventures did an episode on it, and since then it's just been a hot spot for local ghost hunters and stuff like that. You know what? Even if you didn't find anything, just the visuals of that place.
yeah.
And I just want to say hello to Wolf and Hound, because I don't know if we said hello, and Vegas Paranormal too. It just came on.
Hello, Vegas.
How are you? Wow, that's far, Vegas.
All the way in the magical land of Las Vegas.
Actually, I think I remember seeing her a few times. Were you in New Jersey at some point, Vegas, and you moved? I think that's her. I'm not sure. And Southern Love. I don't know if we said hi to Southern Love yet.
Oh no, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Because he actually Southern Love is amazing. Promoting us, they subscribe to the channels and share. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we can't pay you though. Okay. I apologize. We wish we could, but we can't pay you.
So, what would be the on just picking something off your bucket list? What would be the most exciting place you'd like to go film?
What are you talking about? Like in the world?
Yeah, anywhere.
I always think about the Waverly. That's a big one. That place is humongous. And I guess close by here would be more.
I'm going to step out for a moment, okay?
Okay, sure.
Close by to our area, I think would be where the axe murders happened. Like losing my train of thought for a minute.
Right.
Oh, I can't think of the name. This is so popular. Up in the Boston area. I don't know. Losing my train of thought.
Yeah, I just picked up another subscriber. Thank you, Vegas.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
I think in the US, Waverly would have to probably be one of the biggest ones on my bucket list. And as far as UK, I would love to go to the Ram's Inn.
What's the Ram's Inn? What is that? Is that?
That is one of the most haunted places there is in the UK. It's built on. It was built on some kind of ley line, is what they call it. Ley line.
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Mm-hmm.
Witches. There was kids that was murdered there, sacrificed there back in the day. The guy that used to own it before he passed, it's so haunted that he was getting raped by which one is it? The female, the succubus?
Yeah, yes.
Or the incubus? I think it was the incubus. It was the male one.
Okay, yeah.
He closed himself off in the living room area of the house. And they've got a cat that they had found in the walls, where a witch had buried a cat in the wall when it passed away to ward off, evil stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that sounds awesome.
Hey, Bud Files. But yeah, there has been several people in the UK that have done the Ram's Inn, but look up the Ram's Inn and the history that's on it.
Oh,
It is,
definitely.
they were trying to tear it down at one time, but they kept building. The road is almost as high as the roof.
Now, is it still in operation where you can stay there the night
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want? Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
If you wanna go and do your investigation there, it's.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as like over in the UK, their rules to going into places are not as strict as
No,
in the States. I mean, they can.
if it's marked trespassing, you can still go do it. It's kind of like a slap on the wrist. It's a civil offense. They can't do nothing. All they can do is ask you to leave.
Right. Okay.
You know, as long as you're not tearing stuff up and trashing the place, then you know, if you're just going in there to film, you know, they smack you on the wrist and tell you to move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't know. There's just that's why we have trouble going into certain places, like in the States. It's just I don't know what it's like out for you guys or what you have available, but you know, it just kind of you have to pay to go to a lot of these places, and it it can go up there.
Well, I found a
if you
couple of
want
places. I had looked them up on Google, and I found one, and I was headed to that place, and found another one along the way, and I passed. It was like a single wide trailer. It was abandoned, had stuff all around it, but it was posted. It had a chain going across the driveway. So I thought, well, that one's out. So I went on to the original one that I found on Google Maps, and it was posted as well. And it had stuff, kind of around the outside of it. And plus there was farmland around there. And it's like I've been telling other people down in my area, abandoned houses, they're more than probably going to be out in the country, and they use them if they're still got good bones and a roof on them. They use them as storage, like for feed or fertilizer or seed or something like that. You just can't get into them, and everything is freaking posted, no trespassing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. About my little situation from before.
Yeah.
I have to take care of that.
Well, hey, if you guys got a roll, then I totally understand.
Right. I apologize.
No apologies needed. I understand completely. Things happen. Right. You got to take care of them.
I want to thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody else who joined in the show. Come check us out. On our channel.
The link is pinned at the top, guys. Go check them out. Subscribe, share them out. They have a good channel.
We'll do the same if we see you up there.
All right.
Thank you guys for showing up, and
thank you
again for coming up and doing this and telling about your channel and everything. So anytime I go live, you guys are more than welcome to come in, and we'll have you on the panel. And
awesome. Yeah, that'd be fun too to meet other people.
Take you up on that.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going to be working, but I'm doing a birthday live Tuesday.
Oh, during the day, yeah.
Birthday.
I won't be around for that.
Yeah, sometimes at night we could do that on a Tuesday. So we'll see what the night brings during the week.
Yeah, it'd probably be like I usually start my lives at 7 Central Time, 8 out you guys' time.
Yeah, so. But that's not too late. That's good. All righty.
Thank you guys for coming.
So much. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Get that situation taken care of.
Yeah.
We'll do. Don't worry, no one's dying.
His car broke down, and it's like sitting on the side of a road, like
right. And I need to get it towed before they tow it for me.
Yeah. So I think you just got contacted by the town or something.
Yes, I did.
Oh boy. So.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You guys have a good night.
All right. Take care.
Thank you guys for coming.
See you soon.
All right. Bye.